Have you ever thought that learning has an age limit? What if we told you it doesn't? Today, we are diving into chapter 1 of your Kaveri textbook, a beautiful autobiographical story by one of India's most beloved writers and a Rajya Sabha MP, Sudha Murthy. Sudha Murthy is not just a gifted author, she's a social activist, engineer, and the chairperson of the Infosys Foundation. Her writing consistently carries a message about humanity, compassion, and the transforming power of education. Set in the village of Shiggaon in North Karnataka, this story isn't just about reading, it's about the fire of determination and the profound truth that learning has no age bar. We'll see how a 12-year-old girl becomes a guru to her own grandmother, proving that literacy is the ultimate key to independence. The story begins in Shiggaon, a small village in North Karnataka. In those days, transport was slow, and even morning papers arrived only in the afternoon. The highlight of every week was Wednesday, when the popular Kannada magazine Karmavira arrived, featuring a serialized novel called Kashi Yatre, written by the much-loved writer Triveni. Krishtaka, or Avva as she was called, had never been to school. She could not read a single word, but she was sharp, curious, and full of life. Every week, she would sit with her 12-year-old granddaughter and listen to each new episode with complete concentration, hanging on every sentence. She identified deeply with the novel's protagonist. This elderly woman sacrifices her lifelong dream of a pilgrimage to the holy city of Kashi to fund the wedding of a poor orphan girl. Avva saw herself in that old woman. They shared the same dream, the same longing. Avva was so involved in the story that she would even join her friends at the temple courtyard to debate the latest plot twists, retelling the episodes the narrator had read to her with full dramatic flair. But then, everything changed. The narrator left for a week to attend a wedding in a nearby town. While she was away, the latest episode of Kashi Yatre arrived in the new issue of Karmavira. For the very first time, Avva felt the full weight of her illiteracy. She looked at the pictures, she rubbed her hand over the ink, she held the magazine close, but the words were completely silent to her. She was helpless, dependent, deeply embarrassed by her own limitation, a limitation she had never really confronted before. Imagine that feeling. The story is right there, on the page, in your hands, but you cannot reach it. That helplessness, that quiet frustration, it became a turning point, not just in this story, but in Avva's life. When the narrator returned, Avva told her everything. And then, in words simple but resolute, she made a declaration. She would learn to read Kannada. She would learn the alphabet at 62 years old. She was not doing it for school, not for a job, not to impress anyone. She was doing it for her own dignity, so that no story could ever be locked away from her again, so that she would never have to wait for someone else to bring the world to her. Let's examine our characters closely, because understanding them is key to your examinations. The narrator, young Sudha herself, begins the story as a typical, loving but slightly childish 12-year-old. When Avva first asks to be taught, the narrator actually laughs. She finds it amusing, even a little ridiculous, that a grandmother with grey hair and wrinkled hands wants to learn the alphabet. But watch how quickly she matures. The moment she sees her grandmother's genuine resolve, her amusement transforms into commitment. She becomes a patient, disciplined, and dedicated teacher. She sets proper study schedules, she corrects without condescension, she celebrates every milestone. Sudha's journey in this story is just as much about growing up as it is about teaching. And now, the true hero, Krishtaka, or Avva. She represents an entire generation of Indian women whose education was quietly sacrificed to the demands of family, tradition, and societal expectation. But beneath her quiet exterior lives an indomitable spirit. She is what every teacher dreams of, the ideal student. She is disciplined, she is hardworking, she does not miss a single day of practice. And she gives herself a firm deadline. She will be reading by Saraswati Puja during the Dasara festival. She doesn't just wish to learn, she plans to learn. Her personal mantra and a line worth remembering for your exam is this: for a good cause, if you are determined, you can overcome any obstacle. Weeks of practice pass. Avva studies every morning. The chalk scratches steadily across the slate. Letters take shape, words begin to form, and then arrives the festival of Dasara, specifically Saraswati Puja, the day Hindus traditionally worship the goddess of learning and knowledge. The narrator had secretly purchased a gift for this day, the just published complete novel of Kashi Yatri, the very story that had started everything. She planned to gift it to her grandmother as a reward for all her hard work. But before the narrator could bring out the gift, Avva did something that stopped time completely. She touched her granddaughter's feet. The narrator was taken aback. In Indian tradition, youngsters touch the feet of elders. A grandmother touching a grandchild's feet? It felt bizarre, even wrong. But Avva gently explained she was not touching the feet of her granddaughter. She was touching the feet of her teacher, her guru. She was honoring the knowledge that had finally set her free. When Avva opened that book and read the title and the publisher's name immediately, the narrator knew her student had passed with flying colors. The locked door had finally opened and Avva had found her own key. As we wrap up, let us consolidate the major themes of this story. These are essential for your examinations. The first theme is lifelong learning. Age is never a barrier to gaining knowledge. Avva's decision at 62 is living proof. The story asks each of us, what is our excuse for not learning? The second theme is literacy as empowerment. Education provides dignity and removes the curse of dependency. Avva's helplessness when she could not read the magazine was not just inconvenient, it wounded her self-respect. By becoming literate, she reclaimed it entirely. Theme 3. Role reversal. The story beautifully subverts traditional hierarchies. Normally, elders teach the young. Here, the young taught the elder. And crucially, both were made richer for it. The story tells us that anyone who holds knowledge deserves respect, regardless of age or gender. The fourth one is the Guru Shishya tradition. Avva's act of touching Sudha's feet is not just emotionally moving, it is philosophically significant. By doing so, she elevated their relationship from family to the ancient and sacred bond of teacher and student. True respect for learning transcends all social hierarchy. And theme 5 is independence as true wealth. Sudha Murthy reminds us that while the family was well off, money alone is of no use if you cannot be independent. Real wealth is the ability to read, to understand, to access knowledge on your own. So, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read is a story that will stay with you long after the exam. It asks you and all of us to think about who in our lives might be waiting for an opportunity to learn and whether we are willing to give it to them. Sudha Murthy gave her grandmother not just the gift of literacy, she gave her freedom. And Krishnakka gave Sudha something equally precious in return, a lesson in courage, humility, and the pure, unstoppable hunger to grow. Just as Sudha and her grandmother embraced challenges to achieve their dreams, let that same spirit inspire you to face your exams with confidence and resilience.